Give it to me.
She's a bitch.
Missionary.
So then he said,
One time.
Doggy style.
Want to hear a
Ouch.
funny story? Harder!
Faster.
She's a bitch.
Feels so nice.
You're listening to
You're listening to
You're listening to
To Dirty Dave.
Select.
Sex, scandals, gossip. We've all been there. Whether you like to admit it or not, we've all gotten down and dirty. So why don't we blow this taboo and just get filthy? You're listening to Dirty Dave. And as much as that sounds like some 90s porno, I assure you it's nothing like that. We cover topics such as infamous PSL to Kim Kardashian's butt. We talk about real life shitting moments and we interview real people and talk about the real life dirt. This is going to be one hell of a hot, sexy podcast. I'm your host, David Fan, and you're listening to Dirty Dave. In a world where horny, lusty people live, Dirty Dave hits the streets and more or less sexually harass people in hopes of finding the truth. I walked around Ryerson campus asking people for their dirty stories and, well, it was something. Here, let's give it a listen. This is Dirty Dave, and I'm live on the Ryerson campus. We are gonna find the real dirt, the real news, and the real gossip. Check it out. Who am I here with?
Lauren.
Do you have any sex stories?
No.
What would be your favorite sex position, you think?
I feel like the straddling could be fun. I like the top.
Boys, Lauren likes to take control.
You're with Sarah McNeil.
Would you ever have a threesome?
Oh no. I'm gonna solid hard pass on that one.
Hi, I'm Malachi Rosewell.
Do you have any sex stories?
This was a year ago, I think. Well, the only one that's coming to mind right now is I had sex against a door once, and that was fantastic. Oh, she was pinned against the door. We had shower sex too, but shower sex does not work. It's very hard to do because you don't have a lot of room, so it's difficult. Shower blowjobs are great.
Okay, my name is Veronica Wang. There was one time that, I was having sex and the guy was kind of like behind me and such, and I was bent over, and he ended up kind of falling out, and as he was readjusting, go back on in there and have some more fun. I turned and I was like, oh, that's my butt. But I guess he didn't hear me, and he thrusted it right on in, where it's just suddenly made me gasp, and I was crying. And then afterwards, I realized that he actually tore open my asshole.
Oh, damn, that was rough.
Okay, so the second story is I was on a trip in Europe and I met a guy and we were kind of flirting and kissing and stuff like that, and then we ended up in this villa and he was on top of me in between my legs, and randomly he just sat up and then pulled down his shorts and then pulled out his penis and then grabbed my feet, and that was the day I gave a foot job.
What's your favorite sex position?
You can never have a favorite, variety is the spice of life.
This is Dirty Dave, and you're listening to Dirty Dave.
Thank you, Dirty Dave.
We'll see you later. Next up, 'tis the season. Christmas is around the corner, and you know what? Here at Dirty Dave, we're all about giving, and finding the ho, and hose. So what we're giving you guys is a more in-depth interview done in a studio by yours truly, and with one of my favorite gingers, Malachi Rosewell. He'll tell us about the good, the bad, and the sexy. Here we go. Check it out. You're listening to Dirty Dave, and who are we with? Well, we are live in the studio with
Malachi Rosewell.
Malachi Rosewell. How are you, Malachi?
Fresh.
Tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a first-year media production major at Ryerson, and I like to talk about sex.
How was your first time losing your virginity?
My first time was pretty awful. It was to this girl, and we were in love, but that isn't to say that it wasn't bad. It was really hard to find, where to go at first. It was do I do this? Oh, why is it, not going in properly? I can't stay in. Help! It's the first couple times you do it, it's you're struggling to stay in. It's, slippery.
Okay, so if you didn't know, Malachi Rosewell is one of the few people I interviewed in the earlier podcast, and you probably heard him talk about one of his sex stories. So Malachi, can you retell us the sex story you told us before?
About a year ago, I was dating dating this girl, and we were going pretty good. You know, we were having sex, and then after a while, we decided to spice it up and do it against the door. You know, it was nice to be able to like hold her against it, and it was like a nice little like feeling of dominance that we were both okay with. You know, like it was pretty nice, and she liked it, and I liked it, and that was cool. And then right after, we tried having shower sex, and I was like, want to take this to the shower, but it's difficult to have sex in the shower because there's not a lot of room. So shower blowjobs are the best because your dick is the cleanest when it's in the shower. If you clean it and then kind of wash it off, it you know, it doesn't taste like dick as it would have before.
What does a dick taste like?
Probably like cheese. I don't know. I've never tasted a dick.
All right, moving on. Do you regret it? Do you regret having sex on those like weird places?
It was never awkward. And when we were doing all this stuff, we were like in love. And
Oh, love. What does being in love feel like?
love is the most powerful thing in the world. You know, it feels good at times, but then there's also the darker side that's equally as powerful. You know, like the wondering when the person's gonna text or.
So like, how many times would you say you've fallen in love in your
I
life?
told another girl I loved her, but I don't think I really felt it.
In all your sex life, did you come across any challenges?
Okay, well, when my last girlfriend got on the pill, the birth control pill, we stopped using condoms. But the problem with that is that once you don't use a condom during sex, you never want to stop because it feels so amazing.
Here, we'll go rapid fire questions. Ready?
Okay,
So, would you describe yourself as kinky?
I like the idea of being kinky, but sometimes I just don't have the energy.
What would be an ideal date?
Dinner in a movie.
Would you do a threesome?
Yeah, I think, well, it would depend.
In your humble opinion, what would be a very good safe word?
Pineapple's a classic.
Who's your favorite porn star?
I'm gonna say Mia Malkova.
Pickup line, go.
Hey girl, you're hot.
A favorite position?
I take her legs and put them behind my shoulders.
Have you been to a sex shop?
No, but I'd like to.
Which part of the body turns you on?
The shape of a woman's body.
How long does a typical sex session should last?
Hour and a half is nice.
No, I can't do an hour and a half.
Too much work to do.
Exactly, I can't do that. And on that note, that's all the time we have today. Thank you, Malachi, for coming out. Once again, I'm here with
Malachi Rose.
and you're listening to Dirty,
Dirty
Dave. We'll catch you on the flip side. Goodbye. So you've reached the portion of the podcast where we call the Datey. So if you don't know, on Spirit Live, we have a radio show called The Datey Show, and it's where me and my co-host, Katie, answer dating questions submitted anonymously. So let's introduce ourselves, Katie.
Well, my name's Katie. I'm in first year theater production. And since I am the relationship portion of this, I've been in a relationship for 4 years, and it has just started going long distance approximately like 5 months ago. Yeah, and David, what about you?
Well, I'm a first year new media student, and I'm still new in the city, but you know, I'm still learning. I'm a newbie, I guess you could say that, but I've played a few.
You played around a little bit, I'd say.
you know.
Having some crazy
All right, so let's go through the questions. So Anonymous asked, me and this guy has been flirting, and I've hinted that I like him, but I don't know if he likes me. What do I do, Katie and David? Whoa.
Well, I don't know. I feel like I'm in the point where it's like, what's the point of being like really subtle about it? Like, I don't understand what the point of that is. Why don't you just say, you know what? Yeah, like, this is pretty fun and all, but like, why don't we take this out to dinner tonight?
Go on Tinder and Grindr and find another guy.
Yeah, you know?
Oh, a lot of experience on that.
Do you?
Oh, I do. The next question, Anonymous asked, how do you tell if you're in love? Love finds you.
I don't know, like, listeners or David, have you guys ever just like kissed someone, and once you kiss them, it's just like, whoa, no, this is not happening. We are not the same. Just because you don't have the same rhythm while you kiss.
I'm a submissive kisser, so I usually work around that. All right, moving on. Next question. Anonymous asks, what are some good dick sucking technique?
David, this is right up your alley.
Right up my alley. Actually, you're gonna be really surprised, but I don't actually suck that much dick.
See, I made my boyfriend wait 3 years before having sex with him. So for 3 years, all I did was give blowjobs.
That is love. But yeah, what are your techniques?
It depends on the guy. The thing is, I feel like everyone like focuses too much on the penis, but some guys like to get their balls sucked.
Oh, having your balls played with is so nice.
My like big move is when you just like deep throat them really fast, and then they're just like, oh my god, you're so amazing, and then every guy likes to think that they have the hugest dick you've ever been with, so then you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's all the time we have left.
This is Katie Mooney,
This is David Fan.
and thank you for listening to The Datey Show.
We'll see you later.
No squirting for weirdos.
That's all for this podcast, and Dirty Dave wishes you a safe and happy holiday.